We need to shut that down, and we need to find a way to protect ourselves and our people and our country and our system of employment. We got to protect ourselves. Too much going on. Too much slackness. Too much slackness. Huh? The government turn around. The government of Bahamas increased the duties and fees for pilots coming into the country. We used to have hundreds, thousands of private pilots who always came to our country. They even challenged us in court. The pilots challenged us in court in the U.S. because they figured the government of Bahamas is charging too much for their fees. They increased the fees for boaters. The boater said, I spoke to a boater who said to me, say, sir, say, I love the Bahamas. Say, I love the Bahamas. We come to the Bahamas all the time. She said, I got to fuel my boat. I got to buy supplies. And she said, I would always come into the Bahamas. I'd go right into Bimini. I'd go to a couple islands. She said, and every island I go to, I would get a hotel, spend a couple of nights there, buy from the local grocery stores, get to experience the island life. She said, and then they increased these fees. She said, if I'm already paying fees, she said, because it was already astronomical, now I have to pay an additional $1,000 on top of that. She said, that don't make no sense. She came here. She said, when her last visit here, she came on a boat cruise. She said she came on a boat cruise, and that boat cruise cost her $500, and she still got to experience 2 destinations in the Bahamas. She said that cost I gave her some ideas why she's spending fuel in her boat, talking about she coming into the harbor and spending when she could come on a boat cruise and get the full experience in a couple hours and enjoy the rest of her time on the boat. So the government of the Bahamas is contributing to the death knell of the private pilot industries and the private boating industries. They have a website, a page on Facebook where, and I tell you, thousands of persons are in that group, and they are literally deciding on different Caribbean destinations because the Bahamas has gotten too expensive. I got to see it. I came across it one day. And there the different boaters talking about how they like the Bahamas, but it's gotten too expensive. And they talked about other areas that are similar to the Bahamas, probably not in proximity, but similar. But they said the experience is great and they don't have to pay all this money because they spend a lot of money when they come here. He said it's too much. The Biminites are complaining because they said their whole boating industry has been decimated. Biminites are complaining, as I got the complaint from a Biminite. And Biminites are complaining at how the boating industry has been decimated because of government greed so that they could use this money to pay for Justin Smith's education and his salary and his housing allowance and his jetting up and down with Fred Mitchell. The Biminites are complaining. The country is in trouble. This is what's going on. This is what we're dealing with. The government murdered the stopover tourism industry because you now have more cruise passengers who are not going to spend the night here. So hotels are losing money. Local restaurants that may be open at night are losing money. Our Key is not a Bahamian site. We have one place, Mr. Hunt and Highlight Seafood, those on our Key.